Welcome to this wonderful platform. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across this channel for the first time, you are welcome. Please, if you like what you see here, after watching, subscribe, put on your notification bell. It's very, very important because it's going to help you to know when I upload a new video. In this channel, I present to you news on daily basis on what is happening in the whole world, especially in Nigeria and in Biafra land. Yes, I'm Mother Biafra. I bring to you Biafra news. So before I do that, what I always do is that I analyze it and I sit down there to watch the video together with you. Then we'll come to the comment section to talk about it. Of course, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion. That is why the comment section is there for you to contribute, leave your ideas, your thoughts, your belief about the videos that you have watched. Please, as we are doing this, let us do it constructively. As we hop into today's video, remain blessed. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your massive support in this channel.
Somebody shared this and I managed to save it. The article is online. John Campbell is the former American ambassador to Nigeria. So it's not just any guy. And he said, Nigerian government cannot afford any more mishandlings of Nnamdi Kanu. The safety and security of the country depends on it. Somebody wrote, and he tweeted, the African Wahala, as informational as your show is, that is how funny it is. Please help us roast those thugs that they call His Excellency. Salute. Nnamdi Kanu was in America. It was sounding so strange to many people. And as they say, sometimes when you listen to people who say things, they said they would just be sounding like mad people. But years after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this in America, everybody is now talking about how can we defend ourselves? What can we do now? What should we do now? But years ago, this was so hard to take in.
To support what we are doing. We need guns and we need bullets. I know we love life so much. That's why we name the human being a mad. That's why we don't kill. To kill somebody is very difficult for us. So to ask a gathering of people who please that we need guns and bullets and weapons will be very, very difficult for you to digest. But without it, our water will overrun us. They have succeeded in planting a culture in Imo State. One big, massive problem we have. The same thing that happened to be in Akwa Ibom. If they succeed in triangulating, because in life everything is in triangle, if they get away, if they take you Port Harcourt, then we are finished as a people. Completely gone as a race. You will come back home, you don't know the way to your father's compound, because they are coming. Program is everywhere in their land. They will overrun us in a matter of minutes. And the world will not talk about it, because mankind is afraid of Biafra. They believe that Biafra, after Biafra comes, the world will come to an end. Ask any wise man, they will tell you. They believe that Biafra is the last miracle. Once it comes, life will come to an end as we know it. But we know that they are wrong. We know that this very promise that was made to us a long time ago, only if we go back to the Most High, we will realize our potential, must be seen in our lifetime. Biafra is very old. Those who don't know what Biafra, I'm from Afara, a place with B.I. in front of my village, you have Biafra. So we know who we are. We are not mistaken about our belief in the irreducibility of Biafra as a nation, as a people, as those who have come here to bring life to the world. That's what we answer in. There is no place you go to Umuchukwu and say, I don't know, not even the Jews answer Umuchukwu. I'm sure you know what it means. We have a place in Enugu called, what's the name again? It's called Uman Yibe. Am I correct? The children of the kingdom of heaven. I don't know what else you need. We shouldn't be here in the first place. We should be in our land development, building it. So I can travel all the way from my village and I can go to, maybe travel to Amansi and then go back the same night. We have the potential in this room to do it. Only if we can rise up to that very challenge. That is why the same...
It's actually like about 2 hours of video. I managed to have that part and I kept it. And it's been with me for a while. It was sounding to some of them there like he was a madman. They did not agree with him early enough. And today, it's pretty much like here we are. what is going to happen next. So you that Nigerians wants to be together, but you mentioned referendum. I like that. I don't think they are afraid to say the word referendum. So maybe if they would just let that happen, and then we can decide, and and get to see those who wants to be part of Nigeria or those who don't want to be part of Nigeria. Okay. The last part I want to share with you before I take calls is what Tifnumbu and gang, only what they have to say about this whole thing. And you can smell from far their greed and selfishness as well as their fear. Old men, ghosts, being leaders of able-bodied young men and women who are shouting.
The world must know that Yoruba wants to go. Yoruba wants to go. The world must know that Biafra needs to come out. Okay? So what I have just concluded is, that is, we just have to do this million march. We have to take it seriously.
I think it's taking place at the United Nations headquarters in New York. So,
yes, because I watched one thing yesterday. Buhari is begging Akintoye, to Baba Akintoye, to not to do the 1 million march, whether it's true or not. But I know it is a threat to them. It is constitutionally a threat to them. His reasons were, the world will say that I'm a bad president, whatever. Everybody know you're a bad president. He called the bluff of everybody anyway.
That's right.
Meanwhile, he wants the investors to still come to Nigeria. I don't get it. But nonetheless, I believe this 1 million march, we should be counting this down. Because if we can do that 1 million march successfully anywhere we are in the world, it will be good. Because presently, let me give you one joker now. They are not allowing people to leave the country again. People that are they want to renew their visa, US visa, they are not allowing them to get it. They are postponing it to 2024. That's the appointment date they are giving to them. Can you imagine? Why is all this happening? Because why believes, he's so intimidated, he's crazy. Like, he believes that the moment people go out, they come and attack him. Of course, they will. So even the people that are outside already, they are more than 1 million. So we can do something. Let us all look forward to that day. Let's be shouting this out to the world.
We are all hearing.
Yes. You know what they're doing now? They are trying to make it really Muslim against Christian in the north, right? Muslim are saying that Christian are killing more especially from the Fulanis. But these are the Fulanis who have never spoken up. When their people we are busy killing everybody, they don't talk about it. They don't allow you to talk about it. Do you understand? But now people have wrongly killed innocent people again in the same provocation, because the people that were killed were not the ones that attacked them. So in order to, to make the matter worse. So I want to say something again. People, I don't know what is wrong with Africans. We carry religion on our head. Do you know that in Lebanon, you don't discuss religion? It's against their constitution. You don't talk about religion. Either you're a Muslim or you're a Christian, you have it in your mind. Just go with your religion. Don't discuss it with anybody. If you're campaigning, if you're working in public office, anyway, you don't talk about religion, because religion led them to what some time ago.
Right.
So they banned discussing about religion in Lebanon. Do you understand? So I don't know why. What is happening in Afghanistan should be an eye-opener to people who claim to be Nigerians, because United States and their allies cannot be trusted. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. What they care about is their interest. Okay? We talk about Taliban. There was no Taliban in Afghanistan. It was created by United States. They brainwashed them. There was no Islamic school as in Islamic culture in Afghanistan. Despite the fact that they are Islam, all right. But they are not extremists. But United States brainwashed them, used religion to brainwash them to chase Russia out of Afghanistan. They created the Taliban. I am not the one that said it. When Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State, he made mention of that. They created the Taliban. But today, the Afghans have realized that these people who are in our country are not there for us. They are there for their own personal interest. and they now rise to support the Taliban, who are killing them. Taliban are killing those who are working against their own country. They are taking back their country. I am not against them. I'm not for them. But for us to say the fact, people who stayed in Afghanistan thinking they're fighting for the Afghan are not fighting for the Afghan, because if they're fighting for Afghan, they would have stayed to save the people. But they're not there they're there for their business. Now the business is over. They have realized that they have failed the people. They have failed the country. Everybody now left the country. Let them kill themselves. Whatever they want to do, let them do. It's going to be a lesson for people in Nigeria who believe in Nigeria, because what is happening in Afghanistan today will happen. Britain is going to leave Nigeria. US is going to leave Nigeria. Those that are supporting Nigeria will leave Nigeria when they tell them, okay, you deal with your problem. It's none of our business. Sort yourself out. That is the example of what is going to happen in Nigeria is what is happening in Afghanistan today. Those who don't believe it will believe. It's a matter of time. If you don't believe it today, tomorrow you believe it. It will happen. So thank you very much for educating us, and I really appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, my brother, as well, for adding to it as well. Okay, you are so welcome, and you have a good one.
Yeah.
I have another caller. Hello there. Oh, excuse me. Did I get you on? Sir.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you are calling from?
From Plumstead. TJ from Plumstead.
Did you say TJ from Plumstead?
Yeah.
Lovely, TJ. You are live, sir.
Okay. Thanks for the good job you're doing. I mean, we've got, other people, coming on to the show now, learning about what is going on in Nigeria. I'm going to start with, saying congrats to all our GCS, the Odudua children and the IPO children for doing well in their GCS. Those are leaders of tomorrow, and that is what we are fighting for. Now move on to Kaduna. I don't know if you understand what is really playing out there.
Tell us.
This is a guy that flew terrorists to a foreign land to go and discuss with them, negotiate with them, pay them. Came back. He said it openly. It's on record.
Yes.
That he has negotiated with them and he paid them. Then later, he said he's not going to pay them anymore. He now start closing all the schools. And I'm going to ask you, what does Boko Haram stand for? No Western education.
That's right.
Most schools in the north are closing down.
That's right.
So the polarization is really rolling in, and they're taking us all for a fool. So they're going to go all the way to the south now, and the same thing is going to play in. And all the people that are supporting Tinubu, they will eat their breakfast as dinner, not as proper breakfast. Yes. But we will all eat different breakfasts. You see, they can harass people till kingdom come. They can harass people till kingdom come. But when the time arrives, they will all sweat in their pants. Trust me, it's going to happen. But however it's going to happen, to be honest, I really don't know. But if they think because they've arrested Kanu, they have arrested Sunday Igboho, it is not going to end there. This is something that has played out in many countries, and Nigeria will have their own share of the cake. Right. Marigo, big job. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sati J, for that. I love that phrase, and I kept a video for it, that those who are laughing now, those who are waiting on Tifnumbu and the rest of them, with time, now all of us then go serve. We will eat our breakfast, maybe different breakfast, different times, but Bubualamaje breakfast. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, Bubualamaje breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni.
Good evening.
Baba, my king.
Prince.
My
Adi.
king.
How are you today?
The Prince Adebayo from Sweden. I'm fine. My king.
Amazing. It's good to hear from you tonight.
Yes,
and you are live,
yes,
sir.
Yes. Honestly, I'm lucky tonight. Yes.
I am.
My king, let me make it. I was listening to your sermon. Like everything exactly the way it happened. Exactly the way it happened. The case of Taliban taking over Afghanistan. I have 2 Afghanistani boys who are working with me the same place I work.
Wow.
They are telling me the situation in their country. You know, they're like, their president has fled. I'm like, what? You know, so it's exactly what they want to happen in Nigeria. When the Boko Haram, when these people finally see that, okay, they cannot hold power again, they will finally let the Boko Haram, because what they said is that the Taliban, they took the helicopters and they invaded the capital and the president fled. And this is why they've been spending money upon money on our military and we don't make any achievement. By the time they finally see that the political game they are playing is not going to work, they will allow the Boko Haram to seize the military helicopters and equipment and now face the whole of the country. But we are not the same as Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a Muslim country, maybe 95% Muslim. We are 50-50. It makes me wonder why America is silent, why Britain is silent, why they will allow a tyrant like Buhari to be flying everywhere.
Some said, Prince Ade, some said it is because America and UK and the rest of them, they cannot cope with the influx of refugees if they allow Nigeria to go into what Buhari will eventually take us, right? So to them, Buhari is a tyrant. They understand everything they are doing to everybody in Nigeria, but it seems that as a tyrant, he's still managing to hold the country together and there is no influx and of refugees. But like you said, they will all leave at some point.
Yes, if they leave, I hope they don't leave the armory for Boko Haram. Because that is where we are. We are weaponless. We don't have weapons. And they are disarming boys. When they come with the helicopters and the gunboats and everything, how do we cope? I leave it there. The analysis, it is time for us to analyze the Afghanistan case.
And most of the time, we just want to call the attention of those who have the opportunity to use their own diplomatic position right now as part of Nigeria to help us protect Yoruba land, get us protected in Yoruba land. One day you won't have that chance again, and Yoruba will be so.
One day we will not have that chance. They're already everywhere in Yoruba land.
Thank you so much.
They're already everywhere.
Thank you so much,
very much, my
Prince Ade. It's good to hear from you again, by the way, I have to say.
Good to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have another caller. Hello there.
Hi, Mario. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Your name?
My name is James.
James.
I would like to thank you for your hard work.
Thank you very much, James.
The true gospel that our pastors don't preach. One point I would like to also emphasize is to make the Western world understand how this is going to impact them. They might feel it's just the natural resources they are benefiting, but it's deeper than that because Islam is all about a global agenda. It's a global agenda. They want to conquer the world, and the Western world are foolish enough not to understand this. They feel they are smart, but they are actually foolish. So I think everybody should try to understand, because now we have 200 million sane people or peaceful people. Britain is sponsoring the killings of innocent people so that the next generation coming will be jihadists. What kind of defense can withstand such population? They don't think. So America today, they should enjoy their
any uprising against all this hegemony and all these arrangements. Can the system they put in Nigeria even stop it? 200 million people. Well,
exactly. 200 million people. No defense can stop that.
No.
So I don't know. I know they are planning on exploring planet Mars. Yes, they should go ahead with that. They should go ahead with that.
See how that goes.
But if they think terrorism, like pampering terrorism or trying to sound politically correct, if Islam is peaceful, why don't Islamic leaders come outside and address the issues with Islam? Why are they quiet? When you complain, they say, "Oh, you're abusing my peaceful religion. You're abusing my
you have
peaceful
no
religion."
idea
Why don't
of what you are talking about?
you have no idea? Then their leaders should come outside and say, "Oh, we don't stand with terrorists," or "This is what," they should come outside and talk. Why are they peaceful? So, Mayegun, please keep on doing the good job.
Thank you very much.
I joined the program.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
You have a good one, okay? Thank you very much, James. I have another caller as well. Let's see. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Hello, sir.
My name is Kunle Afolayan.
Kunle Afo. Brother. How are you?
I'm very well.
I'm glad you also made it tonight. I always see your missed calls and I'm like, oh, I wish I had you. I'm glad you made it. So, yeah, you're alive. Okay.
Yeah. It's even better today. I looked at the list. I made it through at the 44th call.
That's class. I know.
So, I'll be very, very brief, about this Afghanistan brouhaha. I read the Washington this evening, and they talked about the Taliban's goal. And they said that the Taliban aim is simple. They said they want their Islamic Emirate back in power.
Yes.
They want their vision of Islamic law. They don't want a parliament. They don't want electoral politics.
No.
They have an emir, and they have a council of mullahs. And that is the vision they see as best for Islam. And we can see already that is about the same vision and objective of Mantami and Buhari. As it is no longer a news. Education has been suspended in the most parts of northern Nigeria.
Yes.
So it is very, very, very similar. Boko Haram, Taliban, they run the same philosophy, the same belief, and the same value. But Mantami have said it. Everything that is happening in Afghanistan today was what you have played about Satan Sami dream of Nigeria. All those that are asking for UK, USA, UN intervention, you can see that they are not bothered about Afghanistan. That will be the same way they will be unbothered about Nigeria. So the fight is for us to fight as Nigerians. In Afghanistan, when the ship hit the ceiling, all the politicians, they ran into India and Pakistan, all these global academia. That's the same way they will all run when the ship hit the ceiling in Nigeria. So we can't stop. We can't stop at where we are today. The earlier, the better we break up this country. You've been saying it for a very long time. Break up Nigeria to save Nigeria. It is not very clear. Clear. Thank you, my brother.
Enjoy. Thank you very much for your time again tonight, for calling in. Okay, it's a pleasure hearing from you again. All right, you stay safe, Baba. Nice one. So I have another caller, but before we take that, just a minute, please. Child of Rising Sun, I'll read your super chat. The West see relationships through the lens of economics. Search Nigeria failed state 2030. They wrote about it. So go online and search about that. They told us that the ISIS were going to invade southern Nigeria. Are we close to that time? Hello there.
Hello, General.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Godfrey here.
Godfrey, you are live, sir. From where, by the way?
I residence in Germany, but I'm in Abu Dhabi now.
Abu Dhabi. You are so close to where this whole thing is happening. In the Middle East, what do you have for us?
I just tried to make time to come online with your program. I tried calling on my birthday, 5th of August. I didn't get through. But...
I'm so sorry. Happy birthday to you. So are you actually in Abu Dhabi for that?
Sorry?
Are you in Abu Dhabi for your birthday?
I'm in Abu Dhabi now.
Yeah. Is that for your birthday?
No, I went for company assignment now.
Okay. That's for work. Well, happy birthday to you, Geoffrey.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm staying at Riga Hotel and I'm looking outside now. Muslims everywhere around me. And then I ask myself, are these Muslim people different from the ones we have in Africa? These people are leading the world in technology, artificial intelligence, anything you can think of. Anything you can think of. And back home, say they want to eradicate education. Are they more Muslim than the people I'm seeing around here? I don't know. At times, thank God for people like you and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa. Like you said one time, if you follow issues in Nigeria, you can predict them before they take their next. You can predict them. Anybody that follows you and other people like Simon, you will predict these people, There will be no hiding place for the weekend.
No way.
Absolutely. There will be no hiding place. Maegu, thank you so much.
Geoffrey, thank you very much for taking our time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Geoffrey. I know, and I'm so happy that you actually kept that for the last part of it, Geoffrey. You know, and that is why if they say we have a lot in common with our Biafran brothers, all we have to do is just remember, yes, we have what is called LB rivalry, you know. Oh,
no,
I can do
like
better than
I
you.
told you before,
God bless you.
Shut up, So we have the same. Thank you very much.
God bless you. Enjoy your stay and stay safe as well, Baba. Thank you very much for calling in. So let's go on. That's Geoffrey there. Somebody who is currently at Abu Dhabi, where he has he can see all the everyone who is a Muslim in a place where everybody is minding their business.
Watching Linda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Linda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye bye.